Hi YouTube world, welcome back to my channel. This is my 30-day 30 lippy challenge check-in. It is day 4. I have a very dramatic eye on. I'm about to put on a very dramatic lip, but I'm not going to tell you which one. Are you intrigued? We are trying a demi-matte formula today from 2 different brands, and I think they're pretty darn exact. So let me put on the lippy and I will hop back on. That's 1. Let's go for number 2. So there you have it. You have 1 demi matte shade on one side of my mouth and 1 on the other. True to form, and I don't know if it's something that you all do, but I clearly have a type of lipstick I love. I clearly have certain shades I am super attracted to. And gosh darn it, I sure as heck bought 2 of the same color, but in totally different formulations, both quite luxurious formulations. And I wanted to share it with you so that you don't go and make the same mistake I did. So on the left side of my mouth, I have a Shu Uemura. I will tell you exactly which one it's called. This is the Shu Uemura Rouge Unlimited Matte. I have mine in the shade MPK 376. And of course, as usual, I will list everything down below. And so that one's on this side here. This is the component for it. It's quite a pretty component. It has sort of like an acrylic exterior, and the bullet is like floating in between. It's nice that the color is shown right on the bottom of the label, and the bullet is one of those bullets that's angled and has sort of a soft-sided, angular side bullet. And I mention that because it's going to be a differentiating factor. It's not magnetic or anything, but it does have a nice solid closure. And I do like it. I had always heard Kat from Kit Stitch, an Australian YouTuber, talk about how much she loves Shu Uemura lip products, and so I finally invested in one. I think I purchased mine on YesStyle, probably. So it took a while to get to me, but I really loved the saturation. I thought it was an excellent product. It calls itself matte, but truly it's a demi matte. There is some light reflecting off of it. It's not totally flat. The one on this side is one I just recently purchased that I'm kicking myself over. So Lisa Eldridge, who I love her as a makeup artist, and I really have enjoyed a lot of the products that she's released. She recently came out with more shades in her, I think it's Luxuriously Lucent line. It's kind of a semi-sheer formula. I really liked the first one I tried in that, and so I picked up a few others. I will dedicate a separate video on swatching all of those and really getting all excited and giddy about them. But when she released that, she mentioned that she was re-releasing some of her insanely saturated, and I don't remember ever having tried that formula. Her velvet mattes, I have a ton of. I will link down the video of kind of my collection up through last year of Lisa Eldridge lipsticks, and I do a swatch. I really do love the quality of her lip products, but when I heard insanely saturated, I said, well, I want to try one of those. And she mentioned that Slyscraper Rose was a color that sold out the last time it was released. So I went ahead and picked it up. Looked like a vibrant, saturated fuchsia. And that is what's on the right side of my mouth. This is the Slyscraper Rose in that insanely saturated. It's a demi matte formula also, so it's not as flat matte as her velvet, but it is pretty matte, but a comfortable matte and much more easy to apply than her velvet lipsticks. I find those you have to be very careful, kind of precise, unless you're going to do the blotting. This one just went on a little bit more creamy. It had a little more give to it. It was smooth, but the impact is incredible. What I was sad to see though was it was essentially the same exact lipstick I had from the Shu Uemura. I wish I would have picked up one in a completely different shade. I would say that these are complete dupes for one another. And if you're gonna have one deciding factor, I mean, I guess depending on where you are, it might be a little bit of a price difference, but I would say that the fact that the Lisa Eldridge is a tiny bit easier to apply simply because of the bullets and the fact that there's a little bit of a edge to it that's sharper than that of the Shu Uemura, I might edge in a bit more on the Lisa Eldridge. The packaging too is really, really wonderful. Though it doesn't have the color on the bottom, it is magnetic and it's just this gorgeous, elegant thing. So take it or leave it. I think they're both wonderful products. If you like one and you see the other, and let's say you love that Shu Uemura formula and you're like, wow, what's a formula out there like it, but I just want a different shade, I'll tell you, the Lisa Eldridge insanely saturated lipsticks are definitely a dupe formula. They also last exactly the same time. This is definitely a long wear formula, but it's not a liquid lipstick. And I know if you're like me, I'm not the biggest fan of liquid lipsticks. And so this is a much easier way for me to apply. And you can, I mean, it's crazy how pigmented both of these lipsticks are. It's a shocking pink and it's a beautiful pink. Probably not with this eye look would I wear it. I would probably go with like a smoothed out ponytail and a simpler eye and just let really the lipstick sing. But you know, it's the weekend, I'm at home. Why not? I'm gonna let myself do what I want and wear what I want. And I was playing around with an eyeshadow palette that I had been neglecting and yeah, creating a fun look. So those are my two thoughts. Some luxurious lipsticks that really match each other formula to formula. And maybe for those of you who are closer to the Asian market, the Shu Uemura makes sense. Closer to the European market, Lisa Eldridge makes sense. It really just depends. So I hope this was helpful to you. I feel like sometimes when you're a lipstick fan, when you are a lip product fan, you see products, you hear people talk about products, and you think that they are absolutely unique and singular. And I think what I am starting to realize most definitely as I amass more formulas, I start to realize like, wait a second, some of these are really similar. So similar that I wouldn't necessarily call them unique any longer. There are very few truly unique products I think that I'm bumping into, and so it's interesting to me that these are very similar. It's still a fantastic color. I got married in a color like this. I will insert a picture right here to prove to you that I really do like these kind of pinks. I mean, enough for me to get married in it. So if you have any comments, questions, suggestions, colors in either of these ranges that you would suggest that you think are just stellar, let me know. I wouldn't write either of them off, so I'm more than willing to explore maybe a different shade in one or the other. But I love this color. I just love this color. It does so much good to so many people. I wish everyone would wear more of a shocking hot pink every now and then, especially as an alternative to a red. I just think it's more fun and a lot of times more flattering. So I hope you'll consider subscribing, hitting the thumbs up and the notification bell so that you know when I post tomorrow's video on this 30 days challenge, because I will probably be talking about something completely different. And if lippies are your thing, this series might be your thing. Okay, take care everyone, and I'll see you soon. Bye. Okay, editing Adrian here. I was just getting ready for bed, just gonna take off everything from my face. And of course I started to just swatch lipstick colors because that's just what I do before I go to sleep. And I realized that I should have told you about a couple of other dupes for both these formulas and these colors. So I'm going to apply all 4 colors to just show you how they really do all look the same. And clearly, I have a problem because I keep buying the same color of lipstick. And all right, well, that one's a little more red, a little more raspberry. I just applied 3 drugstore lipsticks against the Shu Uemura. The Shu Uemura is on top. We have Maybelline Super Stay Ink in the color Treat Yourself up here. Down here, I have Milani's Blossom. This is the matte Fetish lipstick. And then on the bottom here, a little bit redder than I'd like. It's the LA Girl Matte Flat Velvet Lipstick in Gossip. So this one's slightly more red, but I would say the Milani one is pretty close. It is a dupe for the Shu Uemura as well as the Lisa Eldridge. I feel like the Super Stay lip crayon gets pretty close, but I mean, splitting hairs here. In person, yeah, this one's definitely more red, but I mean, look at what I've done. This is crazy. This is what I do to figure things out for myself and to plan videos. So I just wanted to be responsible and tell you that you could save a lot of money and just go for the Milani. It's a pretty nice formula, really, really fully opaque, and gets you that crazy pigmentation that both the Lisa Eldridge and the Shu Uemura one. So that is it for me. I have done my duties. Okay, have a good night, everyone.